Hello, hello. Hey, Corey. How are you, hon? My Odyssey's a little crooked. I have to work on that. Raise it up a little bit. The place is good. The place is good. I spent, oh, look at that, Gina. Hello, Robin. I spent since last Tuesday moving a lot of the little stuff. Movers came Friday, and then Friday and Saturday, and today getting the last little bits over. Thank you, Sheena. Getting the last little things over. I put my desk together this morning. This is a new desk I have. I put the background up. I can see I got it a little crooked still. I'll work on that. And yeah, I'm getting it. Hello, Brenda. I'm getting it dialed in. I got about 6 boxes left. I got some clothes to hang. Kitchen's pretty much organized. A little bit work, but it's good. It's all good, and I'm very much enjoying it. Yeah, it is. It is a great feeling. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to Sunday night. I'm doing well, everybody. It's Sunday, November. Holy, I forgot. It's the 26th. So everyone say in the chat, say happy birthday, Roxy. It's my birthday today. I totally spaced it. Someone told me this morning. I got a couple of the things this morning, and I just forgot about it. So welcome to Sunday evening with Roxanne. And I think we'll get going. Couple things, if you like it. Thank you, darling. If you like the stream, if you could, give it a thumbs up, if you don't mind. And thank you, Athena. And thank you all for the happy birthdays, really. 57. I love it. I love it. I freaking love it. I can't believe how much I love it. All right. So what I wanted to talk about, thanks, Corey. What I wanted to talk about is, your life moves in the now. And if you pay attention to the now, you can really, really understand exciting relationships with reality. And this takes a crafting. This takes observation and a brutal honesty with yourself to not choose your structure, your as we've talked about on this channel many times before. You're human. Now remember, when you behave humanly, out of purpose, intent, fear, safety, security, any external relationship you're having with reality, when you act that behavior, you can feel the quality. It's not a good quality. It's not a bad quality. It is a truth. It's a way that you behave, and it feels a certain way. And what had come to me in the last few days, in the last days of me moving and some ideas, Tom's got a pinched nerve. He couldn't help. And I live on the 3rd floor. So I am beating my ass, moving all this stuff up and down the stairs, and of course the movers did a lot of the heavy stuff, but there was still other stuff that I did that I didn't pack up, and I wanted to hand carry the clothes and a few other things. But anyways, there was a quality of life when you change the relationship that I would really encourage you to seek. I would really encourage you to find, and you've all felt it. It's like when something happens that's not exciting, not in the way of, oh my God, that's so exciting, and you're looking forward to it. And then you get there and it is exciting. Maybe it's a concert, or maybe it's an amusement park, or maybe it's going, but not that quality that you can assign. Thank you, Joy. Hi, Debbie. That you can assign. Hi, Tam. Externally, you want to feel this quality. It's When you do something that is meaningful, again, not externally, not for purpose, outcome, fulfilled expectation, obligation, responsibility, shoring up an image with behavior to maintain. That's a quality. This quality I'm talking about, this creator that you are, this God, you've all done it. You've done it when you had your breath taken away. You just felt something so alive in you. And you got to remember, if you're really on board, I mean, in your heart, not in your mind, not in your convincing mind of claiming, in your heart that you are a creator, that you are an eternal God, that you are God in and of itself. And how can you make claims about your human self? How can you do that to yourself? Making claims about humanity that you find true, that is a stamp of approval to continue your human behavior. And you send this vibration into the reflection, and it feeds you that in return. And then you have a choice to explore that in a same relationship or a changed relationship that'll give you a different quality of investigation. I'm listening to people making excuses for their life every day, fighting for them. And I did the same. I did. I blamed. I made excuses. I was mad. All of this stuff. I get it. But if you can pay attention to vibration and hone your skills as a vibrational tactician and trust your intuition and become alive in your own heart, your own truth, your own trust, and express that, then you can find a quality of life that is absolutely superior to emotion. It's raw, it's alive. It's nothing like, look, I enjoy watching TV and vegging out for a while. I'm not saying you cut out life. You know, Godfather of Harlem, starring Forrest Whitaker. What a great television show. Got 3 seasons. Who knows if it's going to keep going? But you know, Bumpy Johnson. That's Bumpy Johnson's life in Harlem, right? And it's a great show, and I love listening to it. So don't let your mind tell you what it means. That's a lot of the tripping up in between, because when someone says something, your mind interprets it, and then you take that action, what your mind says. Don't. What you have to do is stay raw, pure, and in the moment, and learn the skill set of trusting the intuition and that behavior so you can find a quality of life that does not require sustaining, that does not need anything to live. It is the nature of a God, a nature of a creator. We've channeled so many beings, and I've watched other channels channel so many beings, and they come through the quality of a channel. But the one thing I noticed about them is they're not angry. They're not human. There's got to be something there. We all get represented with understandings of creation for free. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Danny. Thank you, darling. Hello, Eric. We get this reflection that tells us, look, you get a reflection that's something that can be interpreted good or bad. We understand that. The good and bad is an opinion within your kingdom. That action that that person is doing, no matter what it is, no matter how atrocious or great or vastly wonderful or horrific, it doesn't matter. Remember, it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's unconditional. That's God being God. That is God being God. Let God be God. Because you're your own God. So what you do is you learn the relationship of how you feel about it. Now that is going to give you a quality. It's a quality of life. It's like an environment. Everyone knows what it's like to be underwater, an environment. Everyone knows what it's like to be on dry land, an environment. The quality of the fractal, the belief systems, emotion, you can feel it. It's an environment. You can feel it. And when you take other behaviors, the moment to become that you become alive in your truth. Okay, we take so many actions for reasons. We are reasoning ourselves to a slow, miserable death. Yes, we can go miserable, miserable, miserable. It's worth it because I'm happy, and then you're done. Miserable, 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 and you spend this timeline of like jumping and doing everything you can to get to that. Oh, right there, I'll be happy. That's when I'll be happy. And you get there and you're like, I'm happy. And then you got to be miserable again. Then you got to be miserable again. Because the relationship is your truth. You can't make it go away. You can't make your anger go away. You have to transcend it. You can't make your responsibilities and your fears and you're like, oh man, my mind is telling me this and the future is going to be that. And it's just like, oh, it's all this and all that. And you are stamping the seal of approval once again, saying, okay, I'm validating that relationship. You have to change it. And that's when you allow energy in. Different energy has room to work because you're not so hell-bent. Your ego is reactive and you're along for the ride with your ego. Yee-hoo! And you're right into that slipstream of fractal, of separation. And there's another slipstream of awesome, of simplicity. And you can look at the behavior in yourself and say, I can sense that vibration. And I want a better quality of life. And who are you waiting for to give it to you? How much hope can you have? Where is that miracle going to come from? We create and attract our truths. Take chances on yourself, masters. Take chances on yourself and realize I am my own kingdom. If I don't take care of this house, nothing is going to happen. I've seen so many people living on this edge of externalism. And they do the things and they're on the emotional high and they crash. And some make great lives out of it. I get it. And that's good. That's great. They can have great lives of being successful and working and doing all this stuff. Of course they can. And they can have that. And you can have that. But you have to realize this. You got to pay attention to this. This is really, really crucial. Pay attention. Okay? If you don't change anything, your life is going to be the exact fucking same. What you put out is what you get back. It is a law. Until you change your behavior. People say they have money problems because they're overspending. Well, you got to change the behavior. And it's not the behavior of spending necessarily. It's the behavior of the relationship, how you're relating into it first. Once you understand money is equal value to air, water, gravity, a teacup, it's the same fucking thing. It's all a relationship, right? It's all a relationship. And that's what you have to understand. So you have to vibrate and feel and become alive. And then when you feel a different truth inside of you, who the fuck is going to talk you out of it? Only one person. That's right. It's a full moon. It's the beginning of the Beaver moon. Who's gonna talk you out of it other than you? Let me tell you about people that want to help you. What's best for you, okay? You got your parents and you got people, and they are sincere. I'm not saying they're not sincere. That's quality of life that's subjective to them. It's none of your business what they are. You can't take that into account. What you have to do is understand something about the relationship of people wanting you to choose what they believe. It's a validation for them. So when you choose that idea, it's an enabling. Now, only enabling if it's counter to your truth. People have given me ideas, and I was like, "Fucking hey, that's awesome," because the slipstream exists. So the relationship, they're not preaching to me. They are giving me a vibration of resonance, which is my little minion that I attracted and said, "Here you go." But then you get the people that want them or want you to behave as they would or what they think is best. My God, how many people have told me, Roxanne, you got to do this, this, and this, and get on this, and do this, and do this, and do this, and do this. And I was like, well, fucking do it for me. Oh, no, I can't. You got to do that. But I can tell you how. I can show you how you can do it. And I was like, no. Why do I stop trying to make me better? People try to make you better. How can they make you better? How the fuck can anyone make you better? You can take their advice, but that's you saying yes to that. Only you. But do they have authority over you where it gets punishing, isn't it? That your value in them lies better with the value of your own kingdom. Because no one taught you your existence is enough. They made you earn respect. They made you earn the idea of their love, of their gratitude, of their validation. You had to earn it under their subjective view of what they expect that gratification to give would be received in their actions, in your actions rather. What you have to do in order to get there. Are you fucking kidding me? Stop it. Now, but the thing is, it happens every day. It's a day-to-day quality of humanity, and it's not wrong. It's human. We are not humans. We are incarnating in a human reality, a human species as an experience. We've donned this wetsuit and we're walking around in a reality. We are gods. We forgot. But this is about enlightenment, isn't it? This is about remembering. And the only structure is yours. Everything is internal. Everything. So you got to look at these relationships with scrutiny, with brutal honesty. And you've got to be willing, the will of the now, the language of the now called will. Put that truth, that internal truth, put that truth into the now and say, I'm worth this. Because then you start changing the quality of life. Then you start seeing what life can be really like. And look, it doesn't happen over a fucking night. It's an odyssey of ascension. Odyssey means what? Epic voyage. Remember Homer's Odyssey? 10 years out, 10 years back. Took a long journey. This is a journey. This is an epic voyage to enlighten yourself. And you got to do it every day. You've got to want it in your heart to stop the human massacre of your own self. Think about it. Think about the beauty you can have without the value of an external to hold that beauty. An internal feeling with a smile on your face for no reason other than your own present just gives you that awareness, that intelligence of your existence. And that quality starts to sing, and it starts to be felt in the reality around you, and the versions of the people that you create. Remember, we're not taking a person that's neutral and programming them to be a certain thing. That's not creating. That's lacking. That's a dictatorship. That's a puppet master. That's not what we're talking about here. You can go into a store with a smile on your face and talk to the clerk, and the clerk could be shitty to you, but you choose to be happy, and maybe you break them, and they need to go, okay, but you're just being nice, and you're not being nice to be nice. It's your natural self. So you pull the better version of that person. But they're a little crappy today, and you're like, hey man, why don't you go the fuck home? You got a shit attitude about you, and then you don't get the best version of that person, right? That's what the version of the person is. So you got to be this, not this happy-go-lucky, positive person. Oh my God, I love you. Not that fucking drippy candy fucking shit. Not that, for God's sakes. You got to be a God. You got to be this internal self that you've never met. You've never met. You have to learn this self. You have to remember this self. And how you do that is you got to take chances on yourself and start being this different quality of life, this different relationship, and say, wait a minute, I deserve to feel this way. And I felt it before. It was exciting. Maybe it was the first time you went on a date, you got asked out, and it was just like, oh my God, it's, you become alive. You've become alive in this, right? And you can feel the quality. That's why this observation, this observer you've created, it's like, okay, you're pissing me off, but it's not you. I can see, the observer can see that my belief system says that you're a dick. Now your actions might be dickful, but that's okay. I'm angry though. My anger is a belief, so I can see my ego. That's the observer. That's what I teach. And you recognize and transcend and learn the vibration of anger. Learn it, sense it, feel it. You can feel it in others. They're transmitting. You can feel their responsibility, their bullshit. You can feel it. You're a bullshit detector. I had to go to the grocery store a couple times, while I'm moving to get a few things. I went to Target, went to Walmart, and I was in the Walmart parking lot coming out. And San Antonio in the last couple of years has accelerated their homeless. And I think I spoke about that last week or sometime recently. And anyways, this girl's in the parking lot, and this little girl has this as this other little girl with her, and she can't be more than 6, walking around in Walmart asking for money. And she's maybe 14. She's got a 6-year-old. And, and they come up to me and they're like, oh, pardon me. And see, and as soon as they said that, I turned in, and as soon at the instant I made contact, all I get was bullshit. Hi, I'm about to lie to you. That's what vibrational tactician. And as soon as she opened her mouth, I said, stop. Go away. Go. Because I knew it. I'm watching her walk away. They did not have poor clothes on. They had nice clothes, a nice purse, and a fucking nice cell phone with glitter all over it. And the little girl's hair was done. It was put up. And it's not wrong that they're doing that. That's not the point. The point is I can feel bullshit, and you're not going to shit on my porch. Nope. See, this is how you create your world. This is what you want for yourself. Now, you can be more than happy if your rodeo is to give them money, give them money. We're not talking about the action and the outcome in comparison. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about learning your reality and understand the frequencies around you so you can get off of this idea about your mind translating a reality when the now is already over. Don't you get that? The now is here, and then your mind has to catch up. And by that time, it's the next now, and you're still always behind thinking about reality instead of living life now. Living reality. Because you're using these senses, not these senses. Not, okay, this, and this. Sure, you can and just chill. I get that. And play human. Nothing wrong with that. But building a skill set of a vibrational tactician to feel your reality and understand it and know it and automatically have your quick ass fucking mind. We all have very, very incredibly fast fucking minds. All of us. Don't fight for your excuse that you don't have it because your math isn't very quick or whatever. That's fucking human measurement. We're talking about intuition. We're talking about creating thoughts in the now, understanding our entire reality instantaneously, understand everything around us right now. And you have that. But you got to stop relying and using on these ideas of this different quality of vibration. And it's obvious. It's obvious, right? But that feeling, the feeling that I got was, I got into this place, and it's 1,100 square feet. 200, but no, I think it's 1174. But so it's almost 200 square feet more than my last place, and it's got a second bathroom. And the kitchen is a great design. And I got the counter space. I cook. If you watch me, I'm a cook. I like cooking. And I'm walking through in this, and I'm feeling something about it. I'm feeling the vibration of the place itself was definitely an upgrade vibrationally. It was deserving. It's not the quality of the people around me, because I'm on a different earth than a lot of the people that live here, on different versions of those people. Don't try to get into it. Just feel it. Just feel it. Never try to. Don't try to outthink creation with the human. The resource of humans not going to be able to equate. You have to dive deep and trust your intuition. So I'm walking around and I can feel this vibration of reality, right? And it's telling me, you've changed, Roxy. There's things that you're changing, and all I got was the feeling of there's parts of my life that have come to an end. Behaviors that I will not do anymore. Things I won't relate with anymore. I've experienced them. See, we have to understand, what do? We're eternal explorers. So if I've explored this particular idea room, and then I found out anything about it, and I start repeating the room, and I have no one else to feed me back and ask me new things about this room, and I can teach them before I'm learning the room, right? I'm learning about this and about that, about this room, not particularly a room. So I get a better idea. Let's use the idea of a cave. So we go into a cave, and you have a torch, and you light it up, and it's kind of like, yeah, that would work. Like on Castaway. When he first got there, he wasn't too sure about the cave, and he's looking around, and he's a little uncertain. But after a while, he had shit drawn on the wall, and figured out the sun, and he owned the cave. He owned it so much, there was nothing else to explore in that cave, because and if there were people that would come to that island and want to understand the cave, then he could teach the cave. He can teach those people. But one day he's going to be done teaching. And see, that's what I think we do. And it's not necessarily teaching that we do, but what I think we do is we find a room of whatever exploration it is. Reading, writing, music, anything. Let me skip this ad. Hang on. So anyways, reading, writing, any kind of quality of life, being a welder or something. There's going to be a time when you know it. And now we want to move on, don't we? That's the feeling I got. I got here, and I'm moving on. And the specifics about it, I don't know. But I have this undertow, this deep movement in the bottom of my ocean of me that's moving, and I can feel the actual movement of my reality. First time I felt it so deep, and I was like, I got to talk about this. This is a quality I've never felt before. Day-to-day affairs, living up here, topside in your mind, not in here, the heart, not in creation, but living in the mind, going between the antics of right and wrong, good and bad, up and down. What do we do? And how do we look? And what's best for me? And then when do I get to relax? And what's on TV? And all those things. Not wrong. Choice. Not wrong. Choice. 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 And then I see that quality. And then all of a sudden I've been learning the quality of now, the intuition and understanding. And then bam, it hit me. I'm walking around the apartment. I was like, God, there's something changing here. This is a movement for me. You know, I can look at it humanly. It's like, hey, man, I got amenities. I got a swimming pool. I got a workout place. I got a sauna. I got a spa. Got a couple other things I wouldn't use, but there's things I would use. It's a nice amenities, and it's nice. I'm looking out my back window looks right out into a big frickin' open grassy tree lake area. Beautiful. There's a golf course down there, and it's gorgeous. But we're not talking about topside comparisons and externalism. We're talking about something different. That's what you can gain. That's what you can find again. That's when you are connected to the creator, showing yourself, the creator, you, not another one, not the one over there, hey God, not that one, this one, this God, this creator, I am, one and all, this one. And you're starting to connect with you. And you start to feel this quality of self, this observer that you've honed can start to feel a different intelligence inside of you. And you cannot ever compare this when you feel it. It is so beautiful. It is so great. It would be doing it dirty if you try to put it in human terms. Bed 4 days, what dialogue of the spirit, my gods. Yeah, very good. Very good, Robin. Good. I'm glad you felt it. Change is exciting. We're so afraid of change. We fight for routine and the commonality of humanity. People want you to be, stable and responsible in this because they're taking risks, and employers are taking risks, and people, and this is, and then you have to puppet yourself into these fucking circles of ideas and try to maintain an image. Are you kidding me? No, you're God. It's your kingdom, and everything is happening between these two temples right here. When you start changing this relationship, you create different versions, different realities, different peoples, different conversations, different opportunities that are resonant and aligned with the kingdom. If you are true to thine self, that's where brutal honesty has to be met. You have to choose the new self over the old self, the safe self, the secure self. The one that does the right thing for other people's approval, because you never known your worth without a valid external validation. Without someone giving you a validation, you have no worthiness. Yes, you do, because you are I am. That's what you have to go. And you go, I'm enough, Roxanne. You're right. You're fucking right, Roxy. I'm enough. I can choose me because I'm a God. It's not about what you have to do to the spirit or to the universe, and hopefully they'll notice you and they'll bring you something good. There's nobody out there in charge because there's nobody out there. It's you creating the all. Everything that you do is birthing me and reinforces me. Everything. Without you, I have no life. Know your worth, Master. Know your worth. Yeah, get out of childish and the childlike. There was an idea about lightening up and being serious. And there's a serious that you can have. But then when it tips the relationship from focused and aligned with your passion, it might seem serious to others, but it's not serious for that relationship that takes your passion and turns it into serious towards an outcome. And you can feel that shift. You can feel that shift. So tonight I wanted to really draw your attention to vibrational tactician. It's it's not an easy thing. Here's the curriculum, right? And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 things with exercises for it in my school. And what this is learning the skill of trust, the intuition, trusting yourself. Let's play one game before we go. And I do this in my class, and I teach this, and it's actually quite simple. An ordinary deck of cards, shuffled, doesn't matter. I'm going to hold up a card, and I want you to really observe. Fuck getting it right. Don't get it right. Okay? We're not here about getting it right and wrong. That's the human. That's, as Sheena said, that's childish. We're not about getting it right. We're about feeling. We're about feeling. Okay? Okay. I want you to feel this card. Just feel it. And what I'm doing is telling you what it is. And there's a couple different ways you could do this. But I want you to feel it. And when I give the answer, I want you to immediately feel the answer compared to what your mind is thinking. Your mind is thinking this card, this card, this card, and that thinking has a quality. Pay attention. And somewhere in that is this card, and it has a different quality. Okay? So you can just flat out guess. You can keep it to yourself. But what you're looking for is not the right and wrong, is to feel the quality between the differences between your mind and your intuition. So you can gain that familiarity, right? So the first question is it a black card or a red card? And you come up with your answer. And the second is it a club or a spade or a heart or a diamond? And then the third might be, is it a face card or a number card? And the final one will be, what's the number? That's funny. 4V4 tar. 4 of clubs was the first card I have, and then I shuffled it, and then the second card was the 8 of clubs. Feel the 8 of clubs compared to every other answer your mind have. That's the structure. And you can do this yourself. You just flip up the card and go, what is it? That's it. That's all you do. And you start practicing. There you go. That's what you were bouncing with. Very good. You've learned vibration. If you've been practicing, good job. If you've been, oh, it's Zach. Hey, Zach, what's going on, kid? Well, of course you've been practicing. Very good. There you go, kid. Thanks for practicing. So what you can do is you can develop these skills of trust. And when you're having conversations with people, you can download the conversation before they even speak it. And it's not going to be wrong. You can read people's energy, but not just how they're feeling, what they are, their history, everything about them. And you're not wrong, because how can you be wrong in your own universe unless you validate the fractal? The fractal might be working off of probability and remembered and, oh yeah, and there's no way. And you're up here debating all this stuff, trying to seek an answer, and you already have the answer. When you flip up a card in your house and you practice this, right? And you look at the card, how can you not know it when you just created it? Well, your mind doesn't know, but your heart does. So that's what I recommend. Honing the craft of vibrational tactician. I got one more class on that, and then our students are moving on to another idea. And they've learned so much from this. It'll tell you about your world. It'll tell you what's going on. The movement I felt is because I could feel it. I was alive to it. I understood it now. My mind didn't translate it as something good or bad or wonderment because I wasn't looking at it with polarized eyes. Anyways, look at you guys. Thanks all for coming in. I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. Yeah. So again, to wrap up, I appreciate you guys coming in. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like. If you care to donate, you know where the donate button is there on the YouTube or on my website. And as always, if you need anything, you can email me through my website and I answer. And we can talk and ride this wave of ascension together. Right? Hey, Stephen. All right, everyone. You go kick ass, masters. Go be your awesome. Don't let anyone give you any shit. You're too worth your own existence. You're most welcome, Corey, Athena, Stephen, Zach, Sheena, Robin, Debbie. You're welcome, man. Lucia. Anyone else out there I didn't say. Love to all. Good night, everyone. Bye.